So you don't know what the kid is doing, what signs the kid is showing, you know? So you have to be really observant when it comes to molestation and children because they will show you. So when we was little, mind you, we going way back, 1946 East 115th Street, Los Angeles, California, right there by Wilmington on Ace High Liquor Store in Imperial. On the PJ side, it's right there. You could be on the Hunter side or you could be on the PJ side. I was on the PJ side. So that's what the tracks simulated to us as kids. But on to the story. So in this house, many things happen. Like as kids, we used to play a game called High Go Get It. Why are little kids playing that game? No adults knew we was playing, and nobody was monitoring us to make sure. I mean, there'd be at least 4 boys and 4 girls playing High Go Get It. And then once you caught a girl, because usually the girls, and then, the girls will actually hide where they know you gonna find them. They know who gonna find them, and they know where you gonna find them at. And they hide in the place where y'all can get in secret and be humping for a minute. And so that was a game that we play. I mean, we had to be 6, 7, 8, 9. Where's that coming from at those ages? I mean, those are innocent ages. So for kids to be doing that, something done happened. Something done happened. So now I'm gonna go ahead and express a lot of some things that happened with me. So when I was molested. I was a child that was molested. And I mean, it had to happen somewhere around 3 or 4. Where I had an auntie who used to babysit us. I don't know where my mom and dad was going. You really don't know. You just know somebody is watching you. And she had me come and get on top of her and put my little thing on her hairs and all. It was crazy. It was crazy. But as a boy, I'm just speaking for a boy, it don't feel bad. You know what I'm saying? Even 3 and 4 it don't feel bad. It's wrong, but it don't feel bad. So with me, I can't talk about what everybody else did. With me, I continuously look for that feeling. I had to fight that ghost myself to get that to stop. And I mean, it was bad. I'll give you a few examples. One time in Watts, I'm looking, like I told you, when the child's been molested, they looking for that feeling that they had that night. So I'm on the couch, it's on the living room couch and broad daylight in the living room and humping on the pillows. Just humping on the pillow like a goddamn dog. My dad walks in, boy, what you doing? Got a switch, beat my ass. So, I knew it was wrong because I got my ass beat. Now, mind you, I'm only like 4 or 5 at this point. And then not only that, because you're looking, you do experiment on others, which was, in my case, I had a cousin who, so, if you look at my other YouTube video, I used to be scared of the dark. So in these scared of the dark episodes, I would go sleep in my sister's room a lot of the times. Never touched my sisters in them. But for some reason, when she came over, it was different for me. And so, I didn't get on top of her and try to hump her or nothing. But I did do some molestation acts to her. And that's when I felt bad because I really felt like she didn't scream or nothing and she wasn't, but I knew it was wrong. And that's when I felt really bad. No matter how scared of the dark I was, that night I actually went and slept in my room. Like, nah, you doing this type of shit, you finna go sleep in your room. Like, I put myself in the room that night as a little kid. So I knew it was wrong. So now I'm fighting the demon in me. Like, nah, you can't be going around doing that's wrong, you know. So now I have to fight with myself. I mean, around this age, because I'm still little, you know, I'm still 3, 4. I mean, my cousin had to be 2 or 3. So that would put me around 4 or 5. And so it was one incident that happened where this was all after my auntie did that to me. That's when I was running around trying to see where can I get that feeling from again, you know. So that's what I said. If you watch your kids, they'll tell you what happened to them. If you see your kid humping on a pillow, where did they get that from? It wasn't a commercial. You don't see nobody on TV humping on no pillows or nothing like that. And if you're watching something and you don't know how to hump and you see it, you don't know what the experience is, you don't go do it because you don't know what the experience is. But since I was taught by being molested what the feeling was, yeah, I was humping on the pillow. You know, and it was one instance where my mom put me in the tub. This is embarrassing. My mom put me in the tub. My dad was sitting right there, so that tells you I was little. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I had to fight this demon for a couple of years. I had to be all of 8 when I finally got it up off me. But I was little when that happened. And so for the next couple of years, because nobody is asking me, nobody came and asked me, Eddie, what happened? Like, did have anybody touched you? And anything? No. And I wasn't telling nobody, you know, that I was molested. So I'm just going around humping on everything. So now my mom, she puts me in the tub. She takes me in the room. You know, you take your child in the room, you dry them off, you put them on their pajamas, and then I just start humping on my mom leg right in front of my dad, like a dog, just all on my mom leg. And my dad got me and turned me upside down, beat my ass. Hey, that's your mama, and whoop. Beat my motherfucking ass. So I was like, dang, okay, can't do that, you know. But never once, whoopings don't address that feeling and what happened to you, you know. And until, like, if anybody would have been able to get to the point of what happened to me that caused me to start doing that kind of stuff, that's what would have helped. Whoopings don't really help. I mean, I'm giving y'all a whole bunch of experience. It was a lot of, I don't know what was wrong with us as little kids. It was a lot of humping going on. So that means that, you know, I don't know if everybody in the neighborhood was getting molested or what, but it was a lot of humping going on. Because, man, I can tell you a couple of instances where you just be like, dang, what is y'all little kids doing, you know? And so one time, man, every time, though, it seemed like I was getting caught and getting my ass whipped. One time, I was at my big mama house. We was little. And the girl cousins were playing with the boy cousins, and we got to playing that game. Now, why would you play go get it with your cousins? I have no idea. And me and my cousin went in the garage and got to humping each other. We don't know what the hell we doing. We all of 6 or 7. We don't know what we doing. But that goes to show she was being touched and I had been touched. If we looking for that feeling. That's not exploration. That's how people, oh, well, you know, kids will explore. Yeah, but if they don't know what they're looking for, then they ain't gonna be humping, because they don't know that's not a normal reaction. You almost have to be taught that. You know, you almost have to be taught that humping. That's not really normal. You know, once you're taught it or once you see it and you like, oh, okay, then you kind of know what it is. But, you know, if you feel it, you know what it is. And so, I mean, me and my cousin, we was humping. This a whole different cousin. I ain't using no names because I don't want to get nobody in trouble. So I don't want nobody upset. We was at my big mama house. We got busted and everything. Shoot, my dad beat my motherfucking ass again. I was getting my ass beat almost every time I was humping. So, by the time I got in the 7th or 8th grade and the Humpty dance came out, here's your chance to do the hump. Yeah, it ain't funny, but yeah, man. So these are signs that you need to be looking for in your kids to make sure that ain't nobody touching on your kids. Guard your kids with everything you have. You have to trust no one in today's times and how our families are. You cannot trust anyone around your kids. You don't know how that affects them. I don't know how that affect my cousin when I did what I did to her at my house. I don't know how that affect her. I don't know what she went and done after that because of what I did. And so that's the whole thing. Like when my auntie did that to me, she don't know what domino effect, what Pandora box she had just opened for me, And so I'm saying from about 4 all the way to about 8, that's 4 years of my childhood life I'm dealing with being scared of the dark. I'm dealing with molestations, the aftermath of molestation. These are things that I had to deal with as a child with no adult intervention, no counselor, no nothing. I had to get that shit under control myself. And so this is something that we have to really get on, like as parents, as adults, something that we always watching. If you see little kids humping or you see them humping on something, your first reaction is not to whoop them. It shouldn't be. I can't say not, but it shouldn't be to whoop them. It should be to sit them down and try your best, because kids are going to say no, all they can. But try your best to get down to who or what was touching on them, who did something to them. Because kids will not be displaying these type of inappropriate actions without already something happening, already some type of molestation happening to them. So, you just gotta really be mindful of that, especially when we have all our girls and we want to make sure that we can have a generation of women grow up that don't have to be talking about what their uncle did to them and what their cousin did to them and what their brother did to them. We have to get to the point where our women and our men ain't growing up with that. I know my generation, a lot of stuff happened to us, so we ain't doing it. A lot of stuff happening to us, so we ain't doing it, but it's still going around in the black community. And so that's something we need to address. We need to fix. This ain't a pray over it type thing and forget about it. This is something that we need to address. Yeah, man. So to get back to it. So after that incident at my big mama house, and then I got my butt beat over there. So that pretty much was the last time I was humping on anybody or touching anybody. But I had felt so bad inside that I had to really work with myself. Like I had to really, I had to tame myself and get that chakra under control. As a child, this is not something that a child should have to be concerned about. But this is something that I had to be concerned about. And when I got of age to where everybody around me was having sex, I wasn't having sex because I had to lock that chakra up as a child. I still like girls and all that type of stuff, but I was a Christian and I had to lock that chakra, so it wasn't nothing that was really affecting me like that as I got older. But then once I did finally get in and get it in, it was a wrap. I was trying to hit on anything and everything I could find. you know, but not family, not cousins, not aunties. These were girlfriends, friends of friends, that type of thing. Wasn't no family members once I got of age. So this is something that we all have to be aware of. We all have to monitor when you're around your kids, especially at these young ages between 4, I would say between 4 and 9. These kids will display, you will get some type of display of what they have already been through. They will display it. They will show you in their games how they play, being by themselves somewhere in the corner, hiding in the closet. They will display what they have already experienced in those ages. So, not just asking them and letting it go. If you feel like anything has happened, always, 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 always sit them down. If you can't get to the bottom of it, take them to a counselor. That's just the bottom line. Try to get them some counseling, some real mental help, because you can't just have your kids going around playing hide go get it and thinking that's normal. Not around those ages. You just can't. You find your kid humping on a pillow that at 4, 5, and 6, something is wrong. You need to get them counseling. For me, I had to work on it myself. I had to beat my own self in the head. I had to kick my own self in the butt. Tell myself that's wrong over and over again. Like, almost like a goddamn song. So, that's just what it is, y'all. We need to start protecting our little girls and our little boys. We need to start, and if they are showing any signs that anything happened, we need to start getting them some type of mental help. And you do it sooner than later. You want to do it sooner than later. So that's what it is. It's been good. It's been fun talking to everybody. Letting y'all in on some of the stuff that's been going on in my past. But, hey, these are battles that I had to fight. Everything I'm going to tell y'all on my broadcast is going to be battles that I had to fight within myself, that I had to fight with other people. Battles that I'm still fighting as of today because of things that happened back then. People make up all these stories and carrying on. You just gotta, okay, let me set the record straight. So that's pretty much what it is. It's late. You know what I'm saying? Everybody have a good night. Sleep well. Free ozone. Don't ever forget about our bro Ozone that's locked up on these chumped up charges. Remember, Florida got the stand your ground law. So with that law being in effect, hey, I can't tell you how many times people out here in California wouldn't have to go to jail. We had a stand your ground law. You ain't no stand your ground. You ain't no self-defense out here. So shit, you do something, you locked up. That's just what it is out here. But he got that law, and they still locking him up. So that's what it is. But yeah, free ozone. You know what I'm saying? Peace to OC the Great. Keep bringing us that information. Peace to Irritated Genie. Keep on sending me that information, man. That last one on that Fauci, that was nice. on that Fauci. That was nice, irritated. So keep on sending us that, you know, so I can keep growing, keep my mind going, and everybody have a nice night. Peace to the family.